to Celina Saubidet, the founder of Cabinet Óseo. Sorry, we are not. Marina Molinelli. Sorry. I mixed the two co-founders. Celina cannot be with us today, but Marina is going to be representing. She's the founder of Cabinet Óseo. She's a designer trained at University of Buenos Aires School of Architecture, Design and Urbanism. She has taught in several renowned studios, including Leiro, Rondina and Schiaffino, before becoming a senior teaching assistant. She currently also teaches jewelry making in her studio, emphasizing the value of craftsmanship. Her formulation includes courses and workshops in techniques, airbrushing, special effect, casting, and many other specific techniques, along with training from Jorge Castañón and Carlos Herzberg. The daughter of a surgeon, Marina, drew on this legacy when co-founding Cabinet Óseo with Celina Saubidet. The studio explores bone anatomy and organic forms found in nature, translating them into unique jewelry, accessories, and interior objects. She has taken part in exhibitions like Casa FOA, DARA, Casa Matriz Tramando, TiendaMalba, the Fortabat Collection, the University of Palermo, and museums in New York and Paris. So let's welcome Marina, and thank you for being here.
Thank you very much for the opportunity of sharing our work with so many people from all around the world. To start with, I think it's easier to show a short video, which is a special story written for a 2019 show we made at the National Museum of Decorative Arts. And I think it's a good introduction for our work.
This is something like being suspended, paused in time, arrested, inactive. The act of stopping cannot be called inactivity. No. The heart is beating. That is happening. It simply happens all the time, and it's actually not so simple. There is a wonderful kingdom alive within us, operating, although we are not fully conscious of it. At least I don't realize, nobody realizes. And while we do everything that is outside of oneself, outside of me, send messages, take the children somewhere or other, call the plumber or go and buy more coffee as it's run out, listen to numerous voice messages with endless emojis, transport things, buy things, complete deadlines at work. All the time there are things to be done, to try to remember the things that I can never remember, and make a note of things in forgotten places, notes that are lost on pieces of paper that are added to, crumpled, spent, become dirty, until they are lost in a dark well, in a pocket or a purse. Just as one loses one's sense of self doing this every day. One vanishes, dilutes as if made of salt. Meanwhile, my body is alive because it knows how to go on, whereas I, many times, do not know how. It seems strange not to be busy, just being, not knowing. Like a while ago, you entered that chrysalis, you closed your eyes, and you remained alone. But not really, as you were with yourself, connected to oneself, but with the truth of a caterpillar that remains silent, curled like a ball, offering affection, purring, cradling, whispering God knows what prayer of nature to come out and be again. I opened my eyes, open them. Opening them could be the magic of seeing everything from a new perspective.
My name is Marina Molinelli Wells. I'm an industrial designer, and together with Celina Saubidet, who is a sculptor, we are the creative heads of our project, which is called Cabinet Óseo. I will share with you our short story. We started working together in the year 2004. We knew each other for mutual friends. And by that time, I was already working on jewelry. I had graduated from the university in 1999. And as Dolores shared with us, something very similar happened to me. There was this forbidden word in the university, which was artisan. As I studied industrial design, being an artisan or talking about artisans' practices was quite a forbidden thing. And for me, it was quite a contradiction because I was always very interested in the whole process, not only the thinking process or the designing process, but the making process. And it was quite outstanding that Argentina had a so interesting industrial design career with very, very few industries where we people could work for. So it was quite a thing to invent something you like doing and being able to do it. That's why I started studying so many handcrafts and found in jewelry something I really loved. So by the year 2004, Celina called me. She was going to open a new exhibition called Ósea in Spanish, which means bony or bones. And her exhibition was based on the idea that bones were so beautiful that they could be our only decoration. So she worked on the bodies of 7 women, modeling some of the bones, and made some huge pictures. They were normal size. And on that exhibition, she was showing those bones, those pictures, and she asked me to make some hand bones. As she knew I worked on jewelry, she wanted to have that hand made out of metal. So she gave me a piece, a sheet of paper from a book, a photocopy from an anatomy book. And I started working on wax carving these bones and having my own hand as a reference to make it on the right size. So that was the story of our first collaboration, let's say. It was quite a fun working together. And the result was only these bones. We paid them to a glove because we didn't know how to show them. And we put them inside horrible wood hand, I remember, or it was white. So after that show, Celina came across me again and told me, I think we should make some bone jewelry. And it was quite like a game. We started making some rings and 2 pendants, which were a hand and a sternum. We cast them in sterling silver, and people should look at us like saying, wow, that's great, but nobody would dare wear them. So the story is that only one person that has been already mentioned this today before. Her name is Jessica Trossman. She's an Argentinian designer and now an artist. Now she became 100% an artist. And she found this collection amazing, and she put it on sale on her store in Recoleta, which is a very posh neighborhood in Buenos Aires. So it's also important to say that both of us are daughters of physicians. Our parents are doctors, so we always try to find amusement in our work, telling people that instead of going so much to therapy, we invented this word of Cabinet Óseo. So by this time, it was 2013, we also developed more collections. The first one, as I said, was Ósea in Spanish and Bones in English. And something that was making some noise between us is that Celina is a sculptor and she always worked in huge dimensions. And I always work with more human dimensions like objects and small pieces in jewelry. So what we have very clear from the beginning is that we didn't want to tie ourselves to one scale. So the word jewelry was kind of presenting some problems for us. And that's why we started looking for a new concept, a bigger one. And we find the Cabinet de Curiosité, the Cabinet of Curiosity, a very interesting concept. These places were rooms that people that were able to travel would share the incredible stuff brought from different countries. I'm talking before 18th century or 17th century. So they are like the antecessors of museums. And the idea of collecting objects, strange, living, well, now death, but living things or stones, animals. So we decided that this concept was much more representative of our work. And then we turned the jewelry to Cabinet Óseo. And we still decide to conserve with us the word óseo, which was our milestone for our work together. So from the very beginning, we have this collection, Spiral and Bones, and then we started working on heart and skin. I want to share with you our first social presentation, which we did at the Malvia Museum. We did it on a very special moment because there wasn't an artistic director at the museum, so the shop would let us use quite the whole lobby of the museum and the stairs, so it was really a huge presentation. And I think it represented what we have always been doing together, which is jewelry, art, objects, and performances. We love working with others, and we work quite like a living organism together.
Amazing.
Thank you very much. I think sometimes it's easier to share the work than talk a lot. That's why I prefer to pick up some iconic moments of our work together in order to share it with you. As I said, this was 2013, and in this way we showed our work. We went on designing more collections, and approximately every 2 years we made some kind of show, presentation, exhibition, I don't know how to name it. We had a lot of fun together, and we worked with lots of people, as I heard everyone here does. And I think that's something very important and the essence of everything, because no one can do anything on its own. But that time, our most iconic piece was the heart, and it's a very curious story. I would love to share some picture with you. So by the year 2018, here in Argentina, the law for interrupting of pregnancy was being discussed with no good results for the approbation, and we had never before had a political voice through our work. We just keep working inspired in human body, nature, but we have never had a statement in something so political, let's say. So, but that time we started talking with Celina, and we decided to post in Instagram a picture of one of our iconic pieces, just painted in green with Photoshop. That was not a real object, but only a picture. So we stand for the approval of that law, and instantly lots of people would demand us to make it a real necklace. So we had a quite struggle inside, because we didn't want to get a financial benefit with this struggle, but we want to support it. So we made a pendant, which I think I'm showing now, not in a full screen mode, I'm sorry. And
we can see it, it's okay.
We started giving this piece to lots of women that have an important voice in this law struggle. So this piece became known for lots of people and different people that we had before as a community. So it was a very interesting story, because on the other hand, there were these people that would ask us to make the light blue heart, which was the emblematic color for the people that did not support the interruption pregnancy law. And when we say we weren't going to do it, those people got really, I wouldn't say angry, but they were desilusionados. I can't remember the English word for that.
Disappointed.
Disappointed. Thank you very much. So we gained some enemies, but we didn't care. And we also make this is a piece of art, and it's made out of resin. And we were chosen by Amnesty International organization to to give as a present to all the important people that were fighting for the approval of this law, a present. So for us, it was a great honor, and lots of people had their green hearts with them. And unfortunately, in the year 2021, 22, I can't remember exactly, the law was approved, and we thought, well, this is the end of the green heart. But on the other hand, lots of people go on buying this piece. And sorry, there is a big storm here. I think I should close the window. Hold on, please. 1 minute.
Don't worry. 2 minutes. We are a little bit delayed, but we have, well, the closure of Marina and then Maya Luteral to close. Okay, continue.
Yes, I'm sorry for the interruption. Climate. As I said before, we had an internal struggle with the idea of getting economical profit with this kind of thing. So we decided to donate part of the money we earned selling these pieces to feminist associations and organizations. And we also continue making some special colors to support causes like the orange heart. It's not a pendant, it's an art piece we make to support the separation of church and state. And also we make the pink heart to support the struggle against cancer, breast cancer. So this is our little space we find to say something more than nature is beautiful. And it's a good platform to work on, because usually our work doesn't carry many colors. We work in very basic, like bone color or black or red. So the heart is our best support to support other causes. With the years going on, as I told before, we continued developing jewelry collections, and one day we found we needed more space to work on, and we decided to include the whole nature. So we started working on kingdoms, on living kingdoms, which was the video I first showed you. And on this occasion, we made a big presentation on a national museum, and we work with many people that are colleagues that work in different disciplines. For example, we call a very close friend that is a theater writer, and we shared many hours of talking about the project, and she thought of this beautiful audio you have heard before, talking about internal processes and transformation. And it was quite a huge project. We nowadays don't understand how we made it, because as one of the other persons today said, when we started the project, we had a certain amount of money. We had very clear, but we have a big idea of the cost of what we were going to do. And from one day to another, the cost was multiplied by 4. And we decided we were going to do it no matter how. So we invented a sort of fundraising with our art clients, and we sort of showed them our project and told them that if they could buy those pieces a couple of months before we could make them, they would really support our plan, and they would get very important art pieces. And with the help of this idea, and we earned also a mecenazgo, which is a way that some people can, instead of paying some taxes, giving those taxes to artists to make artistic projects.
In English, it's
So
patronage.
Yeah. So this was the first time we made a so big show, and I want to share with you the video that will take us to that experience. Well, as you could see, many people were climbing our sculptures, and that was an amazing thing that happened at the museum, because the director was brand new. It was the first time the museum had a chosen director, and this man was an architect, and he was so open that he wanted to take to that museum to share design and craft together. So it was a great opportunity for lots of us that were working in those big areas. No, I couldn't define our work in one specific place. It's evident we don't work with fashion. We always carry the same collections in jewelry, and we still develop new pieces, or we cancel others. And on the other hand, we also started making objects for home, And we also started working from the pandemic experience with reusing,
reusing.
Sorry, that was pure Spanglish. Reusing cans, aluminum cans. Now I am in our working place, which is very special apartment in a historic building in Buenos Aires. My partner Celina was born here, and this apartment was bought by her brother a couple of years ago, and he established his office. And he wasn't using it really. So 2 years ago, we were planning, as many of our colleagues today mentioned, we are very enthusiastic. So we always kind of think that we should go abroad and we should take our work and colonize the earth. I don't know what is megalonium dream we have. It's not an ego struggle, because we usually, you will see if you look for us, it's we never like to show ourselves. We always prefer our work to speak for us. So a couple of years ago, we were just about to pay some tickets to go to Maison Objet in Paris, and we realized in that very moment we were going to pay the tickets. We had already paid most of the stand, that wasn't the way we wanted to share our work with the world. So we canceled that plan and we decided to move to this apartment, because we felt we had lots of work to do here before, and that it was very difficult for us to keep a price fixed all the time, because we live in a crazy country, and today it's very difficult to explain, but every Argentinian would know what day is it today and how much the dollar costs. I don't know why, because it doesn't happen in Chile, it doesn't happen in Brazil, it doesn't happen in a lot of Latin American countries, but here in Argentina we have a special romance with the dollar. So we decided it was not our way. It didn't really represent what we wanted to say. And we decided to stay here and make a huge step by moving to this place, which is much bigger than the place we had before. And we kind of reuse all the furniture you have seen in the previous show, the previous video we share. That place where we make the big show was an historic patrimonium. So we couldn't touch a wall or the floor or the ceiling, and we had to design every furniture we need to show our work. So we kept that for many years, trying to use them. And finally, here they are on my site. You can see these things are made out of the previous designs we made. And we decided to move here and kind of invent our sort of micro universe and build a place where all of our work could be in constant displaying and changing. We work with lots of people, and we love learning from different crafts. We love working with young people that love what they do with their hands. And also, as I said before, people are very curious about our creative process, and it's really very organic. We don't carry plans or have a clear route of what we are doing. We kind of have a strong feeling that we follow our hearts in the sense of maybe it sounds a bit caprichoso. Jime, can you help me with that English word?
We understand.
Yes?
Whimsical, sorry. Like a whimsical, kind of like whimsical?
Whimsical. Yeah.
Capricious.
Yes. Selfish, or yes, I don't know.
Selfish,
No,
selfish,
not selfish, not selfish.
Capricious is much more fun than selfish. Capricious
Yes,
is
not selfish. So, yeah, we try to follow our hearts, and then we always get to understand why we do things. We have been invited to design racks as a magic encounter with the people that let us use some pieces of racks they made for putting our sculptures on them when we
Del
were...
espartano, no?
Yes. It's a huge familiar industry that they make racks from here, from Argentina, with wool, and they sell them in lots of countries of Latin American. And
Lee also collaborated with them.
yes, that's why I mentioned them, because it was a really nice encounter that happened just because we asked them to lend us some pieces of rack to put our huge sculptures on them, because the wooden floor of the museum was really, we had to take care of it. And once a week, when the museum was closed, they moved all the sculptures in order to clean the racks, because people would climb them and lots of kids would be playing there. And we realized that there was a very, very nice it's not a footprint, it was a print that remained on the rack. So we started taking pictures and telling the people from the Espartano, we should do something with this. And we started the process in 1990, in the pandemic year. And actually we finished it 2 years ago, and we made some very, very nice organic racks inspired on our sculptures. So to finish, and we are always open to talk with people and build new things together. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Marina. That was very inspiring to listen to you and to be in your space with you. And of course,
very beautiful work.
Yeah, very beautiful message. Thank you so much for being with us.
Querida Victoria, le comenté lo mala que era escribiendo cartas y ahora me creerá, ya que han pasado 2 semanas desde que me escribió. Usted da gran importancia a que las mujeres se expresen y que se expresen por escrito. Hablo mientras escribo. hablo con Leonard, que está arreglando una lámpara eléctrica. En la parte posterior de la cabeza hay un punto del tamaño de un chelín. Disculpe esta nota apurada, pero Londres ha sido un caos. Viajo a Buenos Aires. No se olvide de mí. Tampoco se olvide de mí.